Hello people. Well, I've had to put the part for the welder on order because my friends at York didn't have one in stock and couldn't get one, so it's actually coming from America and it's going to be 7 to 10 days. So this week I had a complete change of scenery and I moved across the village to a 4-acre field that my cousin and I own, which is at the back of his house, and we had to deal with some fallen trees, a collapsed fence and a great deal of mess. And so what I've done is I've taken some before pictures, although not enough, and also done a little video of as it was as we left on Friday. Friday was sort of dull and wet and overcast and very cold, unlike Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. But we've made a good impression on it, and I think next week we'll be putting the fence up and repairing all the bits that the tree took out as it came down. So enjoy, like, subscribe, leave me some comments, tell me what you think. See you all later. Right chaps, no engineering this week because I've been working on my other Langtoft project, which is the field which my cousin and I own, and we've come to the conclusion that we need to replace some fencing. So what we've been doing this week is clearing out the old fence, taking down some old rotten trees. This all started because we had a big tree fall down in the wind and we had to clear it, so we've been doing that all week, and I'll just take you for a quick look round at what we've been doing. So here we go. Walking through the woodland, and this is where we started. I've got some stills that I took of this bank before we started clearing it down. I'll show you them as part of this slideshow. We've cleared all this area. As you can see, the fence leaves a lot to be desired. We've been clearing down the bank there and dragging bags of detritus back up to put on the massive bonfire. This is the tree that came down. The trunk there snapped, fell between those two and then completely blocked the road, and luckily there was nobody here, and luckily the chap up the road came down with a chainsaw and cut it all clear, but we've had to deal with the rest of it. So as we go down, that's actually a rose, but you can see that the state of the fence leaves a lot to be desired. It's just about falling over and we need to repair it. That's another elder tree that's rotten. That's going to have to come out because that's going to fall into the road as well. So down we go to my cousin's, one of the huge ash trees, which is covered in ivy and honeysuckle. All this looks beautiful in the summer, but today it's been cold, rainy, not very nice really.
And here's our big fire pit, which today has probably got rid of an entire tree, an entire rotten elder tree, it has to be said, and about 4 or 5 builders' bags of twigs and rubbish that we've dragged off the side of the bank. We're going to carry on down there next week, and weather permitting, of course, and clear all that lot out, but we haven't got much further to go now. We've probably got most of it done. And as you can see, we've got a big pile of stuff that we've dragged out of the hedge bottom as well, including a trailer. So that'll about do for now, and I'll patch this all together at home, and I'll put the pictures on. Oh look, there's another falling over tree. Okay chaps, catch you later. This is just a look up the field, so you can see how far it goes. It goes right over to the trees in the distance, and it's the best part of 4 acres. And it's mainly ash trees, but we've got one oak down there, and quite a lot of elder, which grows up and falls over and goes rotten and then grows up again. Also quite a lot of blackthorn and bullace, hawthorn. And a polytunnel, which is complete with a rip in the corner. It's turned really cold today now. It's not pleasant at all. Right, I'm going to go home and edit all this together. Catch you later people, bye! And this is the lower part. We've cleaned all this bank down. It was covered in a load of twigs and broken branches and just general bits of tree that had fallen down in the high winds. And we've had a scrape out at the edge as well. Just generally tidied it all up. But it's been hard work, it's nearly killed me. It's the hardest work I've done for weeks and weeks. It's really hard physical work. You can imagine climbing up that bank and carrying stuff up the bank. It's really hard. Look, we're having a manhole cover. And this is the bit we've got yet to do. But I think you'll agree. It makes a huge difference, makes it look a lot nicer. And we need to get a fence, a proper fence up there. We've needed a proper fence for ages. Right chaps, that's it. I'm going home. The sun's setting. Bye for now.